Coming to you live on this Tuesday night, it's the NBA on 2K Sports. Alongside Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy, this is Kevin Harlan. David Aldridge will be joining us from the sideline. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Bojan Bogdanovic.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. The guard pair, Schroeder and Thomas. Dorian Finney-Smith is out there with Nicholas Claxton, and it's Johnson in at the small forward. And for Boston, White in at shooting guard, with Brown playing small forward. The post pair, Tatum and Porzingis, and it's Holiday in at the point guard. Here at the end of the season in our sights now, Stan, how much of a toll does a regular season take on the coach?
Well, Kevin, the big thing is you just don't sleep a lot because you're running on adrenaline and your mind is always going, looking for more and more answers, so it can be exhausting mentally.
And so it's the Celtics getting on the board first. Back to Finney-Smith. Pass to Schroeder, puts up a three, and Tatum pulls it down. And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. It's a three-point game. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
Yeah, their long-range artillery hit the mark more often than not. A great equalizer when you're on the road.
Well, they shot it well because of how selfless they were. You need that kind of chemistry and cohesion on the road.
Seen a quick start here for the Celtics. It's White on the wing. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. The Nets still looking like they're getting going. Since moving back to Brooklyn in 2012, the Nets, Greg, have won just 2 playoff series.
Just think about the all-stars they've had. KG, Pierce, Durant, Kyrie, Harden. I could name more. The Nets just haven't been able to put it together.
And the rejection by Claxton. The three. Brown, no good. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Johnson against Holiday. Thomas outside. Drains the three, and yes, he'll go to the line for one more. It's on Porzingis.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And with an 86% free throw average, you can count on him to come through on most trips.
On the free throw, no good. Stan, you talk about a stacked roster. It's hard to find many weaknesses for the Celtics.
Yeah, Kevin, there's a reason the Executive of the Year award went to Boston's front office last season. The Celtics are built right, and they're built to last. Getting off the floor with ease. Tatum can beat good defense with his athleticism.
Pass to Johnson. White against Thomas. Launches it. Porzingis with the rebound.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And it's White missing.
Wow. Missed the easy one right there, right at the rim, but came up empty.
Back to Schroeder. That misses off the backboard. The Celtics with the lead, and a fast break now for the Celtics. Here's White, and the rejection by Claxton. Porzingis sets the pick for Brown. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Well, you know, when Brown's hitting the three, it really opens up this offense.
And we got a timeout here called by Jordy Fernandez. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over.
Boston, let's get loud for Celtics Entertainment. Attention fans now on the court. It's your play squad. Get loud and we'll hear it. Who wants the t-shirt?
Williams, he's checked in for the Nets. This is the 2K leaderboard with a rundown of the NBA's top defenders down low. The league's leaders in rejections this month. In the third spot, Nick Claxton.
And guys, as the month has unfolded, his interior defense has gotten better and better.
A minute 50 left here in the opening quarter.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Well, for Porzingis, that's just easy money. I'd keep going to that until they stop it.
And Coach Derek White spent his first 4.5 seasons with the Spurs and Coach Greg Popovich, who did a lot to boost his confidence.
Yeah, Kevin, White was a late first-round pick. He's a humble guy, very hardworking. I don't even think he realized he could be this good.
Now here's Porzingis. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Nets in Brooklyn.
Yeah, and the effort on the boards last game gave them that many more chances.
Outstanding start from three-point range. Their shooters are on fire.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Johnson can't hit. Boston leading by 9 and stolen by Williams. And now here's Johnson, the fast break chance. Out to the right wing. White looking around. Shoots the three. Offensive rebound. Porzingis kicks to White. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark.
Yeah, not at his most efficient this quarter. He's got to work on finding high percentage shots.
6-second difference between shot and game clock. Johnson against Brown. Shot clock at 6. Johnson, the pass to Schroeder. And the Nets miss again. Outside Holiday. Oh, good on that one. And so it's the Boston Celtics ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They've been playing some ferocious defense. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in a second. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Celtics.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
And another thing Coach will be thrilled with, the assist numbers, spreading the wealth and creating some offensive opportunities.
Greg, you know this. Good coaches give their players confidence. But what's the balance there between affirmation and accountability?
Well, when you believe in a player, that also comes with expectations. So a coach has to boost them up and also demand that they deliver.
Tatum in the front court alongside Horford. Then it's the kid, and it's Springer in at the two-guard position. That's the Boston Five. Milton the pass to Wilson. Milton the screen on Horford. Wilson kicks to Milton. Simmons sets a screen for Milton. Rebound by the kid.
Doesn't register as a block, but he did everything you want defending that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
Here's Tatum, and it's Boston with another.
Allowing the play to develop naturally. Terrific patience by Tatum in the screen and roll.
And we got a timeout here called by Jordy Fernandez. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. Both teams making some changes here. Here's our 2K leaderboard with a list of the teams that have been on fire from beyond the arc over the past month. Number 1, the Celtics.
Well, look, they've been great over the last month from three. That is so important for their offense. Making threes opens up the entire floor.
Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. No good from Simmons.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in cracking this huge lead.
Here's the pick. Back to Horford. 6 to shoot. For the 3. Bangs home the trifecta. Horford's got the lead up to 14 now for the Celtics.
Yeah, and they're shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
Thomas's shot is off. And so Horford will bring it up for the Boston Celtics. Only giving up 2 points this quarter. And that one's good. Tatum.
And they're getting points. They're getting stops. And this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Great example of how to build a lead and then sustain it. You win games on both ends of the floor.
Here's Thomas. Jason Tatum picking up that last basket. Tries the spin move. Shot's good by Wilson.
I love the advantage he has from a speed standpoint. He does a great job of creating separation for that shot.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about.
Celtics Entertainment, everyone. Come on, make some noise.
As we get a break in the action now, let's take a look at the East and how the teams are stacking up. Taking a look at Boston. Very strong season they've had, always at or near the top of the conference, and right now they're in first place in contention for that, exactly where they want to be as they close in on the postseason. And checking out Brooklyn, right now quite a ways down below.
And you know, for the Celtics, with the regular season they've enjoyed, it has to be wondered at this point if they're the team to beat this postseason.
Nets trail by 14. And Stan, as he enters his prime, Jason Tatum is shooting to become the face of the NBA.
Yeah, and Kevin, he knows winning is the key. For a star player on a great team, learning that balance, when to take over and when to set up your teammates is a big part of it.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Back to Schroeder. High post, Johnson.
2 minutes.
Thomas deciding where to go with it. Drops in the layup for 2. Thomas got 5 now.
I mean, if the defender is going to play off like that, you know what's going to happen. There are going to be points put on the board.
All right, Stan, hypothetical situation. Down 1, shot clock is off. If you could pick anyone in the NBA, who do you want taking that shot?
Well, I'm going to go back in time a little bit, Kevin. The guy who really made my career for me as a head coach. I'm taking Dwayne Wade. He was the best that I ever saw. Not only did he have the ability to make clutch shots, he managed the game clock as well as anybody I've ever seen.
The situation was never too big for him, was it?
Never was, and he's so smart in addition to being as talented as he was. Considered one of the best players in the game right now, Tatum is hungry to win titles to add to his growing legacy.
Williams, he's checked in for Cameron Thomas. And the second free throw, good.
And looking at Tatum's game, you know, he really doesn't have a weakness. He can give it to you in a variety of ways.
Now here's Johnson. Nothing on the board. 18 feet out. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from there.
There's White. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. And the Celtics lead by 16.
And they're right around 50% for the game on their threes, and they've only got better as the game's gone on.
Claxton sets the screen for Johnson. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Nets trail by 16. Here's Williams. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Well, it doesn't get any easier than this. They'll take these shots every time.
Here's White. And there are the Celtics with another basket.
Yeah, they're starting to warm up from the field this quarter.
For Brooklyn, they've gotten exactly half their shots to go down here in the second. 5 of 10. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Claxton sets the screen for Johnson. And the 3 off target. Brown jams it in.
Yeah, we know Brown loves some aerial theatrics, and he really went all out there.
Schroeder looking over the floor. Offline from the top of the key. And so it's the Boston Celtics with an 18-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
Hey there, everybody. Jason Tatum has put his stamp on this game, looking so dominant so far.
hard not to love what Tatum is doing out there, hustling on both ends of the floor, punishing. I mean, he's punishing the D with his scoring ability and keeping his team energized, Shaq.
He's giving them everything they want and more. Get it, young fella?
And more.
And more than that.
Okay, now we've got some time to take a look at the Eastern Conference standings as the postseason comes into view.
You look at the Celtics. They've been phenomenal. All the lofty predictions, the expectations, they've all come true. Now comes the hardest part, in the postseason. Every team is going to be gunning for them.
And that's a halftime wrap. Let's get back to the second half with the call by Kevin Harlan and the crew.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. You know, guys, Jason Tatum has really been making it happen.
Yeah, and early on, he has been feasting in the paint, and you have to think they're going to keep feeding the big fella.
That's certainly what I'd do. Until the defense shows they can stop him, ride the hot hand.
And Schroeder's got the ball here for the Brooklyn Nets. They trail by 18. Starting off the second half, here's Jordy Fernandez's five. The guard pair, Schroeder and Thomas. Nicholas Claxton out there with Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Johnson in at the three spot.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
And it's White missing. Nets trail by 18. Here's Thomas. Drains it from 17 feet out. Thomas got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for Brooklyn.
Yeah, so skilled offensively. Getting the ball in his hands is generally a good idea.
Brown, no good. And for Brooklyn, they're shooting 33% for the night. That's a big thorn in their side right now. Taken away by Holiday. Lays it in off the breakaway. Holiday's got his second bucket of the night.
Yeah, look, that's a Drew Holiday special. Turning defense into offense.
And one of the most respected players in the NBA is Drew Holiday.
Yeah, Kevin, he's a three-time Teammate of the Year award winner. He's also a Sportsmanship Award winner. He is a pro.
And we got a timeout here called by Jordy Fernandez. Wants to regroup and go over the strategy.
The numbers for Johnson. How his last 10 games have gone. He's averaging 11 points a game, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. Not bad numbers, but for a player of his talent, you have to think he can do more.
Yeah, and talking to his coach, this team expects more from him. And that's a good problem to have as a player. It means your team believes in your abilities.
Thomas, it's a wide open look, and again, it's the Nets missing.
That was a good look from the mid-range. He'd like to have that one back.
And White kicks to Tatum. Over Finney-Smith, and it's Boston with another.
Well, you know, there's still some value in the mid-range jumper, especially when it's Jason Tatum taking the shot.
Now here's Schroeder, still scoreless. Pass to Thomas. Hits the target from 18 feet.
Easy little jumper for it right there, guys.
And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. He's ready to talk things through with the team.
Celtic fans, please put your hands together and welcome to center court, Celtics Entertainment. Get live fans on the court is your fight squad. The craziest fans will get a t-shirt. Come on, everybody, make some noise.
Leaderboard of the NBA's leading defensive teams since the All-Star break. Number 1, the Celtics.
And they've shown no slippage defensively. If anything, they've become more stifling since the break. I mean, they're playing inspired, passionate basketball at that end of the floor.
Boston leading by 18. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, the last few years we saw teams giving up bounties worth of draft picks and trades for star players, but with teams now possessing more roster spots to develop prospects and about 3/4 of the tradable picks hoarded by just a third of the NBA's teams, we may not see so many picks given up moving forward. Kevin?
You're exactly right, David. Something certainly to keep an eye on. Count the basket.
Their interior has been inferior defensively. It has got to tighten up.
Schroeder dishes to Thomas. Here's Finney-Smith, guarded by Tatum. Johnson, a wide open look. A three-pointer, no good. And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for the Celtics. It's off to Utah after this game, where they'll face the Jazz. That will kick off a 6-game road trip for the team. Here's Brown, and it's Boston with another.
And that's good decision-making by Brown in the pick and roll. They'll make the right read more often than not.
Here's Schroeder. Second chance shot. And Claxton with the layup.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, they need to pay attention to the details. Second chance points are backbreaking.
Got that one up quick. Holiday's got 8.
A really smart player. Holiday can find the spaces inside and exploit them for points.
Schroeder kicks to Finney-Smith. Rebounded by the Celtics.
Well, you couldn't ask for a better look. That's one he's got to knock down.
And it's Brown that time on the assist by Holiday. Holiday's got 3 assists now in this one. For Brooklyn, they've gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. Schroeder finds Thomas. Schroeder with the screen on White. From deep, Thomas, 6 for 10 with that shot going in. That's a good game for a lot of guys.
Well, it's only his second 3 of the night. If he's going to heat up, the second half is a great time to do it.
Holiday gets the bucket.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Pass to Claxton. Now Johnson from past the arc. Rebound Boston. Porzingis has got his 5th rebound in this one.
Well, it's been a frustrating night for him at the offensive end. Just not able to give them any kind of a lift.
And it's White missing.
Well, this is certainly not the game he was hoping for offensively, but they've been able to find points as a team even without his contributions. Well, if they can come back and take the lead, this will be because he's carrying it. This quarter's been all about him and his offense.
Here's White. Another shot, and it's Porzingis getting it to go. He has 7.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
It's Thomas outside, and he's good on the 3-ball.
You can see right now the defense running out of ideas. They cannot seem to slow him down.
From deep. And that one released in time, but no good. And so it's the Boston Celtics with an 18-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage. Back right after this. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the 2-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
Yeah, well, he looked like a pass-first point guard on this assist. Incredible instinct to feel the play develop and set up the score.
And with the 4th quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. They've got Horford. He's out there with the kid. And it's Hauser in at the 3-some. That's who's in the game for the Celtics.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass.
Williams against Tatum. Williams passes to Thomas. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
And they're showing much more focus here in the second half, more effort as well, and their offense starting to show signs of life.
Now here's Tatum. Lets the 3 fly. No good that time. Williams dishes to Simmons. 60 seconds off the clock here in the 4th. A nice shot by Bogdanovic.
And after an abysmal first half from the field, the shots now starting to fall.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. He's very aware of the timing here and the significance of getting things squared away with his team.
It's time for dance time. If you see yourself on the big screen, then you know what to do. Show us your moves. You're on the big screen. No thanks. Shake it.
Making a switch here. Holiday's checked in. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Dennis Schroeder's checked in for Bogdanovic. A little over a minute of the 4th quarter gone right now. Here's Pritchard. Pass to Holiday. Horford sets a screen for Holiday. Over Thomas. The shot by Holiday, no good.
When the defense is playing off you like that, you want to be able to convert, but that time he just couldn't get it done.
Thomas, no good. Boston leading by 17. A floater, good on the shot. 12 points for Drew Holiday.
What a sweet shot by Holiday. Going for the soft touch that time.
On the wing, Williams. And there's the foul. It's on Peyton Pritchard. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul. Now into the lineup for the Nets. Nicholas Claxton, Dorian Finney-Smith, Cameron Johnson.
Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Nobody near Schroeder. Hits it from three-point range. Schroeder's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Their three-point percentage has taken a big leap here in this second half.
Holiday. Here's the kid, and he banks in the layup.
And boy, he can see blood in the water attacking a somewhat helpless team right now.
Well, you love the dedication. This is how you have to play. Don't let up just because you're out front.
And Finney-Smith gets it to go.
Now, that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. And he wants to see some changes out there right away and right now. Boston making some changes. Porzingis is checked in for the kid. Brown comes in for Al Horford. And Derek White subbed in for Pritchard. Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Thanks, guys. During the break, listened in with Joe Mazzulla and his team. He told them, don't look at the scoreboard. We have to play like we're tied. They want their team to sustain that level of effort, and we'll see how it works out. Kevin?
All right, David, thanks. Now here's White. That shot off. Good defense by Claxton. Holiday against Schroeder. Takes the three. Porzingis with the rebound. Porzingis has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. And there's Brown. That's good on the assist by Porzingis.
Well, credit them for maintaining that aggression, even being up this much.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, just protect the ball, make smart decisions, don't give them a chance to get back in the game.
Timeout call, the Nets.
For Celtics Entertainment.
And now we present our New Balance Player of the Game, Jason Tatum.
Yeah, and his percentage from the field tonight, just amazing. He hadn't just been gunning. He's been picking his spots, and you need that kind of patience and discipline to shoot as well as he has.
What a connection he has to these fans. They love him here. And the more he has games like this, the deeper that connection gets. To Claxton. Schroeder against Holiday. Schroeder kicks to Thomas for three. And again, no good by Brooklyn. And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. 22 is their biggest lead. Here's Thomas. And again, it's the Nets missing. Boston leading by 17.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for Boston.
They never settled for mediocre shots.
And Kevin, they had great penetration this time out.
And counting tonight's game on the season, they'll now have won 57 games this year.
And not only are they on their way to winning this game, this also gives them a win in the season series.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Jason Tatum.
Well, that work he's shown on the glass has been spectacular. You love to see that as a coach.
Thomas, that's good. Boston's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. White, good.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
No, I'd be lying if I said the crowd doesn't have an impact. It's certainly felt from the head coach all the way down.
Thomas passes to Johnson. To the inside, stolen by Holiday. White down low. Finney-Smith defending. And White, the bucket on the assist by Porzingis.
Inspired tonight. They fought hard and at crucial points just made the plays.
Yeah, they saved their best basketball for this home stretch, and they certainly earned this one.
Now here's Thomas. Shoots from the elbow. That shot, no good. Claxton against Porzingis. The screen from Brown. From outside the arc. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Jalen. On a real roll right now. How much pride do you take in the win streak?
Let's just keep it going. Just keep playing basketball, keep having fun, keep smiling, and it's fun when you win.
That alternative's not very good, so you want to keep winning. Thanks again, man. Back to you.
All right, David, thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for being with us tonight on 2K Sports. And as we leave you, we give you our player of the game, Jason Tatum.
PlayStation